Alexis Ren isn't just a face recognized around the world, she's a digital force. From the earliest days of Instagram modeling, she stood out not just for her beauty, but for the way she carries herself in front of the camera. Her expression is calm, her gaze is focused, and her style has matured with time, evolving from playful youthfulness to something deeply refined. What makes Alexis different is not just how she looks, but how she tells stories without using words. Each photo feels like a scene from a movie, sometimes serene, sometimes bold, but always intentional. Whether she's walking barefoot through a quiet street in Europe or posing under natural sunlight in California, there's a sense of clarity and control in everything she does. Her aesthetic blends earthy tones, soft fabrics, and environments that feel untouched: beaches, forests, city rooftops. And she moves through them with an effortless kind of presence. Even in minimal settings, she creates visual depth. It's not just about clothing or angles, it's about energy. Alexis has also used her platform to speak about self-awareness, healing, and personal growth, giving a layer of meaning to her content that few online influencers manage to create. Behind the visuals, there's a message, a subtle reminder that beauty isn't only about what's seen, but also what's felt. Today, she continues to expand her influence, balancing the roles of entrepreneur, artist, and public figure. But through it all, one thing remains constant: her ability to create visuals that stay in the memory long after you've scrolled past. Alexis Ren doesn't just post content, she leaves impressions. Demi Rose is a name that carries a certain mystique. While her photos may go viral, what truly captivates people is the quiet intensity behind her presence. She doesn't need bold captions or loud visuals. Her energy does all the talking. Born in the UK but beloved around the world, Demi Rose has built a following, not just for her striking appearance, but for her ability to create visual worlds with just a single frame. Her signature look combines soft lighting, natural textures, and carefully curated environments that feel both exotic and intimate. Whether she's photographed among ancient architecture, tropical landscapes, or in the calm corners of luxury interiors, there's always a sense of story in her visuals. She carries a timeless kind of elegance, with an expression that stays serene. Sometimes inviting, sometimes distant, always balanced. Her wardrobe choices are bold but tasteful, blending high fashion with effortless flow. Fabrics fall naturally on her form, silhouettes follow her movements, and everything feels like part of a bigger picture, like a scene designed for stillness and visual impact. But Demi is not just a model. She's someone who has overcome challenges, embraced healing, and brought her audience along that journey. Her interviews and posts often touch on themes of spirituality, self-acceptance, and resilience, all while maintaining a calm, composed aesthetic online. In the digital space, where fast content rules, Demi slows things down. Her content invites the viewer to pause, to look a little longer, to feel something deeper. It's not just glamour for the sake of it. It's expression through image, story through silence. Demi Rose represents a generation of visual storytellers who use beauty not just as attraction, but as atmosphere. And in doing so, she has built more than a feed. She has created an immersive experience that resonates with people across cultures and languages. Lauren Sommer has a presence that feels grounded, yet magnetic. There's something in the way she carries herself that draws people in without trying too hard. Her content isn't loud or overproduced. It's intentional, moody, and quietly powerful. She often appears in natural settings, near golden fields, warm light, or dramatic shadows. Her gaze is steady, her posture relaxed, and her overall aesthetic leans into subtle contrasts. Lauren doesn't over-explain or overperform. Instead, she lets the visuals breathe. There's an honesty in her expression that sets her apart. While many try to perfect every angle, Lauren seems to embrace imperfection, like capturing the exact moment when the wind moves her hair or when the sunlight cuts across her face just right. She turns simple frames into moments that feel cinematic. Her style is a mix of soft and strong. Earth tones, vintage textures, and natural fabrics define much of her wardrobe. She often blends into her environment, not to disappear, but to become part of something bigger. Whether it's a desert road or a quiet balcony, she doesn't just take a photo, she builds a feeling. Lauren is also known for being vocal about authenticity and mental well-being. In a space where filters and illusion dominate, she promotes a quieter form of confidence, one that doesn't need validation, just expression. Her captions are reflective, her tone calm, and her community loyal. She may not post every day, and that's part of her charm. Her presence feels rare, like an artist who only speaks when there's something to say. And when she does, people listen. Lauren Summer isn't just someone you scroll past. She's someone who makes you stop. Not because she demands attention, but because she embodies what real presence looks like in the digital world. Calm, confident, and completely in her own rhythm. Michaela Demeter is not your typical internet personality. Before the cameras and magazine shoots, she was a competitive athlete, a former hockey goalie with a background that speaks to discipline, strength, and resilience. Today, she blends that same energy into a new world, one defined by style, image, and personal branding. What sets Michaela apart is her ability to balance athleticism and elegance in a way that feels completely natural. Her photos never feel overstaged or artificial. Instead, they carry the kind of clean, high-end visual quality you'd expect from a professional campaign. From subtle outfit choices to carefully chosen locations, every frame reflects intention. She often appears in minimalistic, natural light settings, beach coastlines, urban backdrops, or wide-open spaces, where the focus is less about the background and more about the energy she brings into the shot. She doesn't rely on distractions. Her presence is enough. Her style leans toward modern simplicity, sleek cuts, soft colors, and structured silhouettes that emphasize confidence without being loud. Whether she's in activewear or something more formal, Michaela carries a look that's polished but accessible. She rarely overuses captions or lengthy descriptions. Instead, her content speaks visually. There's an intentional calmness in her expression, a balance between softness and control, that invites viewers to look closer. In a feed full of chaos, hers feels like a pause. Beyond the images, Michaela has grown into a voice of empowerment for women who are shifting careers, redefining themselves, and stepping into their own light. Her transition from athlete to public figure was bold, and the way she handled it with grace has earned her respect, not just attention. Michaela Demeter doesn't chase trends. She builds a consistent identity, rooted in strength and calm confidence. She shows that being visually powerful doesn't mean being loud. It means knowing who you are and letting that speak through everything you do, one frame at a time. Summer Rae is a name that resonates with energy. But beyond the viral clips and bold visuals, there's a deeper rhythm to what she's built. She's not just a fitness icon. She's a symbol of a new generation of creators who understand both the visual and personal side of influence. Her journey began with fitness, grounded in discipline, physical strength, and routine. But she quickly evolved into something far more layered. Summer's content isn't just about workouts or style. It's about movement, attitude, and expression. There's a confident fluidity to the way she appears on camera, each frame filled with motion, life, and personality. What makes her stand out is her balance. She mixes bold with soft, fun with focused. In one moment, she's smiling wide on a mountain trail. In another, she's framed in soft sunlight, quiet and contemplative. That duality is part of her appeal. You never quite know what version of her you'll get, and that keeps her content fresh. Her visual aesthetic is colorful and clean. Athletic wear, vintage touches, and natural light define her most iconic posts. She often shoots outdoors, in nature by the water or under clear skies, using wide open spaces to reflect a sense of freedom. Summer also brings humor and personality to the digital space. Her captions are playful and her tone lighthearted, yet underneath it all, you can sense a strong self-awareness. She doesn't try to be perfect, and that honesty is what makes her relatable to millions. Off camera, she's turned her brand into a business, building fitness programs, launching her own clothing lines, and growing her community beyond the platform. She's more than a model. She's a brand in motion. Summer Rae reminds us that presence isn't just about appearance. It's about energy, consistency, and knowing how to own your space with style, strength, and just the right amount of mystery. 5 women, 5 stories, 1 visual journey. Which one caught your eye the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, there's more to come from every corner of the world.